pockets, probably. No, I see, alright. Well, I mean, kinda smart. Oh, wait, 1 sec. This is done. Alright, let's go. Oh, let's go. I mean, that doesn't really mean it's like losing kind of that independent stuff too much, really. Like, I would say it's kind of like crowdfunding when you crowdfund from the corporate guys, I guess. And where instead of you know, I'm gonna deliver you the game in some t-shirt. Trust me, bro. You actually give them some papers and become, you know, kind of forced by law to actually deliver on those papers. Other than that, kind of Kickstarter in a way. And just the civilized one. You're right, 1 second. This and this. And this. Alright, here. There we go. And this here. Whoop. Get aboard the suit directors, tell you what to do though. That could be. God, you turned off already. Fine. Kill the mosquito in winter. Damn, son. I might be quite warm then. I might be quite warm already then. Alright, let's get that coffee going. Let's get that coffee going. Yeah, getting the border guys, I guess, is a bit of a tricky part with that. The board of directors. True. I feel that might be kind of not the worst way, I guess. Because publishers also sometimes kind of can be getting in the way of the free creativity, you know. Hey, Green, hello. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Ooh, right. A second, yawn, good, then. Good, then. I'll get some of that coffee. Who knows what worse? Yeah, exactly. It's like, I would say, I guess it's kind of both ways, like the good. Actually, I think it's kind of opposite. Let's put it that way. Like if you have a good publisher that, you know, actually is good and cares for the product and stuff and makes money out of the product quality, that's good. And if you have the board that is good, then it might actually be kind of bad, because good board probably cares about profit. And they're gonna pester you all the time to make that profit. But the bad board is actually good, because they just throw money and they don't understand shit in what you're doing, so they're just gonna let you do what you do. As long as you're actually making some money, they don't care. That sounds like a decent deal. The boomer board who never played a game in their life, yeah. Like, that might be a good thing, but it might be a bad thing, right? Like, if they are just boomers who don't understand, but they still try to get their nose into everything, that's really bad. If they don't understand it, they don't care, as long as money is flowing in some amount, that's good. That's why I think Tencent is probably kind of okay, because they have so much fucking money that they just kind of like throw it in there, just like, guys, keep doing what you're doing, keep making money. And we're just gonna be taking some of it to ourselves. That's usually the people with money? I wouldn't say so, actually. To be honest, like looking at like a bunch of orgs and everything that owned by like streamers and stuff, and all the like shit that is happening with those orgs, I'm like, dude, they have no idea what's happening. They just have a bunch of money, and I guess they're too busy, you know, doing the thing they do, so they just like get that money, you know, like just, you know, invest it somehow. And there was all this like charity org thing you recently, right? That had some kind of like sussy contracts with streamers and stuff. Like I just saw Morales like was going ham on that because she's like very passionate about the charity and stuff, and works with charity already for like I don't know how long even. Like, well, obviously way longer than Twitch even exists, probably. That was like monitoring the situation through like her tweets and stuff, what's happening. Yeah, like one of the co-owners is a streamer. And as soon as like the drama started and everything, like he instantly just kind of, as soon as like everything appeared, he instantly just kind of like cut the ties. Goodbye. I didn't even know that is happening, you know. Same goes when it was like the blue light protection cream, right? Whatever, ointment, and how you call those even in English? Like we call it cream, basically. What you like, you know, put on your skin and stuff. That's it. In English, it sounds weird. This cream is kind of cream, you know. Like the blue light protection thingy. Also, just like streamer, you know, like being a face of that, giving the money for that stuff, and not even like, you know, doing any research or something into it. Yeah, I think that's actually quite common. And it's quite normal in my opinion too. Like, you know, if I want to invest into, that's why I'm investing, you know, in some company. I don't want to like trade stonks myself, for example. I want to just, you know, give my money to someone who's better with that. I don't need to do any self-research and everything. But then I guess all the kind of, yeah, some of those dudes with money, they just kind of like hire some people who are controlling their money. And those people might get quite stingy. Maybe that's the case then. Like the managers of all those funds, not the actual people with money. People with money, as it shows lately, don't really give a fuck. As long as money is being, you know, made, everyone's happy. On the come, yeah. What and only. That's probably kind of like the difference, though. Like people who put a fuckload of time into like some business and everything, I guess they kind of on a bit different level than someone who is streaming and can't even take care of themselves properly and kind of skipped a bunch of the adulting completely and just got a bunch of money and don't know what to do with it. I guess it's also a bit of a difference. To read your financial statements, yeah. Well, that's when they probably have some sort of like managing that is doing that, and those guys might be annoying, I guess. I'm surprised that is kind of actually not being used way more. I think nowadays there's kind of trend towards that when like the gaming related companies are getting actually streamers and content creators and stuff as like their money bags and stuff. Because yeah, I tell you, it's the easiest crowd to work with. They have a lot of money, not a lot of understanding, and they don't really care, really. They just want their money to, you know, to be somewhere where it kind of makes money. Sometimes not even that. It's like I think OTK got one of the the dev studios, right, that they showed, I remember, on their show last year, with like some ARPG or something, whatever they were making. And they basically just kind of like fund the development and stuff. I guess why like Donkey made his own publisher, right, and stuff, even though like haven't heard anything since then, but you know, it's not happening that fast anyway. I think that's very Fivehead, because those people have them bags to pay for the development and for everything else, for marketing too. And they are the marketing themselves, and they have connections and networking usually to improve the marketing too. This is actually where a lot of those actually charity organizations and stuff are excelling, which is for me kind of usually a little bit of a red flag. Like when I'm getting like DMs on Twitter from like some big streamer and everything. Well, back in the day before the glorious fuck up of Twitter, when like someone verified is like DMing you, inviting for like some charity streams and stuff. I'm like, yep, probably not. Yeah, I see what I say. And yeah, I think that's a very Fivehead move, eh? Get the content creators on board for development and publishing. There's the money, there's the marketing, eh? I'm probably gonna see a bunch of more of that. Mentioned a lot of streamers also kind of started doing their own like games and stuff now, so, or like doing their own games, I mean like funding, I guess, more. Could be the case. Let's see what I say. Alright, let's get them a game in the news. Oh, come on. Come on. Go Carnage invest in something? Yep. What was that actually? Oof, I forgot. But yeah, just recently. Something big actually. Something big actually. Trade stonks. I mean, stonks nowadays get everyone, even someone who's doing it for a living. Trust me. See an example of my friend. Trading is simple. Making money out of it, that's not that simple. Alright. EA to sign a $588 million licensing deal with the Premier League. So instead of FIFA, they want to get some of the leagues going, alright. Like a Dragon Edition will be fully compatible with Steam Deck. I see. Follow might as well become a fortune teller. Sorta. I mean, it is somewhat, you know, not predictable, but kind of controllable. But yeah, it ain't easy. I got a friend doing that for a while already, learning and doing. And I would say he's still right now potentially maybe going for just the regular office job. After years of attempts. Well, to be honest, I call this shitfest here also affected because some of his accounts on the markets got blocked because he, you know, got unlucky being born here and with his money being stuck there. That totally didn't help. But even with whatever he still had, and he's trying to come back, and it's not really working that well. And the Stonks AI could be the problem of like the Stonks AIs and stuff. The more they're gonna be, the harder it's gonna be for them. Because when everyone's trying to play the market, there should be people, you know, there should be someone who takes the L, you know, and that's gonna be us, the regular people. Are we gonna be taking them L's? Alright, let's see. It's alright. Nice, nice. Back from asylum, damn son. Nice. Freedom. Hey, on Monday, did they just fucking hold you there all weekend just to let you go on Monday? That's fucking pipiga, dude. The high frequency stonks trade, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that's what he's doing. He's doing the, you know, the day trading, not some long term stuff, but like the day trading to make profits out of all those small deals. And that is, yeah, that is indeed a different animal. Not only stonks, it's like the forex, you know, the currency exchange and stuff. Well, now good that you're done with that though. Hopefully it will be successful. Did they tell you anything? Did they tell you that you are free from the glorious servitude in the Imperial Guard? Didn't tell shit? Well, now gotta wait then until April. Unlucky. Unlucky. Putting it in the indexes, let's sit here. Yeah, unless like, you know, the shit like right now gonna happen. Because I also did some safe investing and even made some out of it first. And then, you know, then it just dropped. Happens, fine, let's wait. And then, you know, then a year ago happened. It went even deeper. Yeah, no. happens. I guess if you enter now, that should be the bottom, right? You never sure. You never know for sure, man. You don't know when's the bottom. Man, if Blizzard acquisition goes through, like, there's gonna be some good stonks for me there. The problem is they all stuck and I can't withdraw. Can't sell them. PPG. Buy high, sell low, yeah. Index goes down, everything goes down. Basically, yeah. Well, that's when you do like the hedging and all that stuff, you know, and like preventing, diversifying the portfolio and stuff. But as I said, like there are situations when even that is not saving you. Like some people go like crypto, some people go other stuff, and sometimes shit happens when, you know, everything goes down. Like who was we read yesterday? Was it NetEase or was it the next song? NetEase, I think. Or no, wait. Or was it someone else? So one of the like the MMO companies basically that basically just like lost a bunch of money, and the only reason is that because crypto went down, because they had some of that stuff going there. The Otan sounds about right. Sounds about right. The real estate magnate. Well, I mean, that kind of does work, but it depends on the situation too. Because, for example, people who invested into real estate here a year ago, and they are now kind of fucked. Because prices actually dropped even here for both rent and selling. Not crazy though, but they did. And another problem is really hard now to rent or sell stuff just because, you know, the demand is not that high. All right. Price dropped like 5%. They show like some insane percentages of drop. I don't really see those percentages of drop really, but yeah, I also see like the offer is crazy. Like you open those sites and stuff, and it's just like, bro, like the map is all in dots to rent, to sell. I see that. Okay, see. I mean, it's still probably doable now. Depends on the price. Depends on the price. Sure, should be harder now. I actually can like learn about it soon because my friend's dad, I think, is renting his stuff now. We'll see how that will go. It's like the last people who were renting from him, they left. He like went in, checked everything. They took everything, they left. Everything's good. So like he closed the apartment, left, returning like in a day or two to, you know, kind of like clean some more, prepare for like to show to next people, you know, this kind of stuff. He's getting in, apartment was closed, huh? There was no one. He's coming there, and there is a pile of shit in the sink, I think, in the bathroom or something. It's like, what the fuck? What happened? Like apartment closed. Huh? There's no one. Everyone left. Where the fuck is this? It's clearly like not some, you know, like a rat or something. There's quite the pile there. And it was like, I think a couple of days since everyone left. Like not one day, like 2-3 days, I think. So he was like, what the fuck? And then apparently it was called like the previous people. And apparently they had like a huge fucking Maine Coon cat that disappeared before they were about to leave. So they thought he kind of like ran away or something. They were posting like, you know, like the wasn't like the alerts everywhere. Like, have you seen the cat and stuff? Didn't find anything, and apparently he just like was hiding there somewhere at home. So when everyone left, he was standing there for a few days. And I guess, I don't know, maybe he was trying to like drink something. There was nothing, so he got mad and just took a dump there in the sink or something. Well, they took him back though. All good, all good. Prices go up by a couple percent, and landlords setting it up to 11. Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. It's not even like this. I would say it's just like there's like a lot of people arriving, for example, a lot of demand. Time to get the prices skyrocket. It's like everywhere where people went from here, not even in crazy amount, right? Like, let's say like people went to like Serbia, let's say, from here. That was maybe like 100,000, 200,000 people that went there in particular, for example, let's say. Yeah, the prices for like realty went like 2 times or something. I mean, dude, like there's like multiple million people living there. It's probably like not even 10% of an increase in population, and like prices like twice. Like the fuck, dude. Same with some other places, but at least like the countries around us, it kind of like makes sense a little bit because there was a lot of people moving, like to Georgia and stuff. There was like hundreds of thousands of people going there. $190K, and that's the LSC. The mine right now is like 150, I think, basically. And we got it back then. Well, we actually, when we were getting this, it was a bit less than 150. Then 2014 happened with the first PPAG shit with our currency, with our country and currency. And now there's no PPAG shit anymore with currency, but yeah, there's in general over 8 years it was just kind of like prices growing like crazy. Market will adjust itself over time. I mean, for sure. Like people in Bishkek, for example, in Kyrgyzstan, who earn like 20,000 in our currency, right? And the apartment rent is now 30,000 already. They just physically can't even handle that. And that's majority of people, right? So there's like few 100,000 of people like from here, IT guys and everything coming with a lot of money, right? And there's millions of people from there who earn like 10 times less basically. And who can't afford it physically. Let's see the guys say. 300K, yeah, that's insane. I mean, we have like 150, 200K basically here. And here that amount of money is like, you know, kind of different level completely. You're gonna earn that like in forever. Like if you will be earning kind of like solid salary for like Moscow, let's say, that should be like 1,000 euro basically will be very solid already for you here. Would be like above average, will be decent. If you earn 2K, you are a god almost already. Well, demi-human or something, I guess. And then demigod. And then if you have like 3, 4, that's already like the godlike levels. Yeah, I can imagine, Green. I can imagine. I'm in the end. I'm kind of like happy that I have this apartment though. Like I was always that's you know the wisdom of older people who lived through like you know fucking Soviet Union shit fest and whatever. And then when it fell, who's living through this shit fest again now, right? That's the wisdom of those people, man. You should listen. Your grandmas, your moms, and everything, they most likely know good, know well. When I was thinking like a year or so ago, like no, not even like 2 years ago, let's say, when it's like, man, I kind of don't even like this apartment and stuff. Like I would rather, you know, just be free, you know, so I could like move somewhere, rent there, you know, live there, rather just have this money like invested somewhere. And then, you know, like all investments went to shit completely. Then all this shit happened now, right? When like that wasn't even like for a few months, wasn't even getting a single cent whatsoever, right? And in general, like, you know, like Twitch broke, like not broke, like I wouldn't say broke, they like killed auto hosting, some other things, right? The channel also got the tumble and everything. And all goes to shit, and you kind of like, well, at least I have a house, you know, that I don't need to pay for anything else anymore. And at least I'm saving on that, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to sustain myself with streaming whatsoever. I would be already like, say bye-bye and peace the fuck out. working on some warehouse or something probably. Dusting off my diplomas, trying to apply somewhere. And yeah, they know. Property, realty, that's good stuff, man. You need it. You need it. Or like same as my grandma, like cash dollars. I'm like cash currency, right? I'm like, why are you getting cash? Like it's you know 21st fucking century. You get yourself a bank account, you know, or invest it again somewhere, right? Get a card and stuff. No, cash. Well, here we are. Now they actually have the access to that cash. Right? Most of the people with those accounts and stuff don't. Not to mention, like in Belarus, our relatives, like whenever they get like salary or something, they just go to the exchange and they exchange instantly. They don't look at the conversion rate or something. They leave as much as they need, you know, to go to the store, basically. Everything else, they go exchange in the currency. That's just like every month, stable. Like whenever they were sending me some like gift, basically, also, like, it's actually kind of funny because they're not even directly my relatives. I have relatives from Belarus, right? But like I haven't seen them like maybe even ever, or maybe it was like 30 like years ago. Like I haven't really like they're on my like grandfather's side, and like even my dad barely like seen them really. But they are there somewhere. But my mom also like married with the Belarusian dude, and I was going with them there, and they already kind of like, you know, take me as their own pretty much. So they like send me some money as a gift and everything too. They send money, they send dollars. Like no nothing else, dude. About the apartments, let's see. Parents not buying stuff. Parents just wasting the money. I mean, kinda. It depends though. It depends. The thing is, like, if I would be like renting and I had income, that would be covering the rent and stuff, I would just rather like have that and just, you know, go around places. That's kind of like my friend does now. Like, you know, all this shit's like the shit started for me, process of thinking like how to like, you know, process where to go, like where to leave, where to move, takes like whole bunch of lines, right? And one of the big anchors is this apartment. Because like if I'm moving somewhere, I would need to either sell this, which is gonna be bad right now, completely bad. Like not a lot of getting out of it, right? Hard to sell because not a lot of people willing to buy and stuff, or I will need to rent it out, which again is the problem. Not a lot of people who want to rent, not a lot of people who will want to pay a decent amount, right? And I kind of don't want to really like my apartment and like dealing with a bunch of random people and stuff. Not a huge fan. To be some friends or relatives, that'll be different story, and that's the only option I kind of consider right now, technically. So it's kind of like anchoring me. And then there's my friend who was renting. He just like shitfest started. He waited out, you know, hiding until the main like, mobilization stuff over. Right after that, he just like gathered everything in one like suitcase or something. Didn't pay for next month. Said goodbye. Jumped on the plane, and here he goes. He doesn't care. He like rents now in Uzbekistan, and then at some point he's planning to go to another place, then to another place. He just wants to like, you know, go different. Like his colleagues already went to Sri Lanka or something. He also wants to go there. They said it's pretty nice there. But it has its benefits, you know. It has its benefits. I would say a little bit of freedom to just like go places. The difference is if you don't go places and you just like rent in one place where you lived all your life and you just plan to stay there and live for the rest of your life, then you might as well just get the loan and buy it. Classic case of finding out you have more relatives. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I bet to live near capital. Yeah, I would move from here like with no brainer. That's what I was thinking actually already. Like I kind of like before the shitfest started here, I already kind of was like settling down a bit, I guess. I was already, you know, well, I guess kind of just gonna live here, whatever, like, you know, not getting some crazy income, you know, not getting anywhere much. Might as well just settle down, get us like a house or something somewhere in the village, you know, out of the town, rent this one out. So even if there will be like no income whatsoever from like streaming or something, at least I can rent this out and live with that easily because near Moscow. And then, yeah, then a year ago happened. Everything went to shit. All the plans went to shit. And now it's already kind of like back to the processing stage. What we gonna do with that? What we gonna do with that? Yeah, like the capital and stuff, like if you don't work in an office and everything, then yeah, you don't want to be around. Well, maybe if you kind of like also like, you know, like going to museums, like theater, you know, nightclubs, if you're living this kind of life, then yeah, I guess. I kind of don't, so then the benefits I kind of use from here is I guess like the deliveries of stuff are really good, but that's already in many places here. Maybe some amount of different options of deliveries is different. Maybe like you can get something like that fast, like in like 2 hours or something. But you know, you still kind of can, so that's already good enough. So I would rather just piece the fuck out down in the countryside, probably. That was the appeal that I was going to chase, and the problem was to find something with good internet. Now the problem is it's still here, and here nowadays is not that good. Low the rent? Yeah, rent is lower. Like, they say it dropped a bunch. It dropped just because people are like piecing out, basically. That's it. It didn't even lower, like, because like demand is much less. It's more kind of like that, yeah, a lot of people just kind of like running away temporarily, permanently. A lot of people like buying realty in other places now too instead of here. So especially since there are options, like there's a bunch actually. Kind of also like looking and processing this information, we'll see. But yeah, right now it's like a lot of complications with that stuff. The main part is like the income, the levels of income are not, you know, that good to move. That's the problem. Unless you buy somewhere there, so you don't need to pay rent, then it would be doable. But buying somewhere is also quite something, quite an investment. And you never know if you can get fucked over that too at some point. Yes, East USA. Basically in the middle of nowhere, right? Yeah, in the middle of nowhere you would pay way less here, that's for sure. I saw the cheapest one actually here is being sold for 2,000. But that was in Vorkuta. You can check what it is. You can get like 2, I think, rooms apartment or something for $2,000 there. That you can. Do you want to though? That's another question. That's another question. Alright, let's see. The news. The Robocop Rogue City potentially will be out in the last day of June. We'll see. They have in March, right? I think they have a showcase, so we will see. We will see. Oh, habitant in the whole area. That's actually funny because it's not like some village or something. That's actually city. That's like decent city with some infrastructure. It's just like very like far away to the north, so climate is interesting, right? And I guess it's that cheap that there's just like nothing really to do and people just leaving. Yeah, or that too you can do, yeah. But yeah, it's just like a lot of cities we have where, you know, like back in the day, like in Soviet times, there was some like manufacturer built there and they were kind of like pumping money into that manufactory to work. So it kind of supplies the city and, you know, kind of like city still functions around that manufactory. And then, you know, when that fell and no one is pumping any governmental money in any of that anymore, right? Because, you know, market now, we have the market now. So a lot of those manufacturers just kind of like closed instantly or became something else. And all the towns are built around those pretty much just kind of like, well, shit, what to do now? I guess we go and everyone is like just going here, Moscow, Petersburg, just like, you know, piling on and on and on. Yeah, that's like the downsides of the plan economy when you build things around, you know, that's a kind of forced industries that you force there, and then they just kind of become non-compatible and stuff, and they just kind of like die, no competitive, and they just kind of die, and then all the city around it also dies, unless you like pump a lot of like subsidies and like financial support into those, and everything is just rip. There are plenty of those, really. There is a lot. And then again, like you go here, you get here, you go on like some warehouse, and you get yourself like $1,000 income, and that's kind of like solid here. Like you don't need education, nothing. Just get your ass to Moscow, and like there's like plenty. There's constant demand, either like warehouse or delivery, like delivery driver, just delivery on food, like workhouse worker also with deliveries, right? Like anything like that, plenty, like a lot. The janitorial personnel outside, like snow, cleaning snow, for example, like they already I think even provide like the work apartment for you. Like you basically get accommodation for free and the salary of like $1,000 or something, just so you go shovel the fucking snow because there is no one. No one wants to do that. So everyone just coming here, and this is where the money is. Huh? So it's all like keeps piling, keeps piling. And with 1,000, yeah, it's all right. It's doable. You can even rent something. Like in this part of Moscow, for example, you can rent something for like third of that, and you have 2/3 still for yourself. And I mean, it's not crazy, but here it's gonna be like solid for you. Let's see, there you guys see. I mean, that's kind of everything now. I think it's kind of everywhere now, rather, I would say. Yes, see, Steve, I see. Yeah, we will need to get the job and everything. You would probably will need to go somewhere, most likely. Unless you can go remote, of course. Maybe it's time for you to become the what's the name? The super indie dev in your middle of nowhere. Well, they really need like the janitorial personnel. They could like in Moscow nowadays, if they don't like clean stuff and everything in time, they get fucked. Like if you like here at least that is being monitored. Like we have all the apps now, you know, like you go outside, you see like pile of snow somewhere, click send. Someone already get a call and listens to a bunch of shit in their address. That's pretty much how it is. That's how it is. The digital shit going on all over the place. So they are like ready. They basically get like the freelancer janitors nowadays. Whenever there was like a lot of snow, they were just like hiring people for like a few shifts just to like clean the consequence of that real quick, paying some solid money for that too because they don't want to get fucked. Same with electricity, for example. Nowadays, if you have over 2 hours of like the blackout, which like in the city, actually I haven't seen in a long time, very long time. But if you're like in suburbs or something, like somewhere in like the private housing, and a lot of private housing in the region got like also connected to the same company now. Over 2 hours, no light. Someone is getting some interesting talks going on. It's like we went to my friend's countryside house. In autumn, I think, was it? Not the last time. Yeah, I think it wasn't. No, I don't remember actually. When was it? I think it was already kind of cold there. The end of autumn or something. Like we arrived and everything, right? And it's just like electricity just poof. And you know, like all your heating and stuff depends on the electricity, even though he has like the gas boiler stuff, it's still electrically controlled, right? So you kind of need that shit. And like 30 minutes, I guess, passed, and that's village, basically, not city or something. Yes, village, like, not super far, but quite far from the city and stuff. Like 30 minutes, boom, everything's good already. Hey, Sound Prayer, hello. How we doing? Let's see, KHP, I see. Let's see, Nook, alright. Well, I mean, it's kind of like not very good here, too. I mean, it's everywhere not very good, but obviously here is, yeah, inflation is also quite something. That is true. That is true, and it's a good idea too to buy stuff. Like I even like I have savings, right? But like the only reason I'm not even like buying stuff, I would like I have so much stuff to buy really that I would gladly for my streaming setup mostly. But like I don't because you never know. Maybe I will need to just like pick up and fucking run or something. I don't know. So I'm kind of like still sitting on that, but I'm kind of already slowly, you know, just like whatever. I guess maybe just getting out. At least I'm gonna get probably the swimming pool and everything. Everything is fine. Well, I mean, in comparison, because I think it's quite bad everywhere nowadays. We had like when it dropped like real bad, then we actually had the rare case of prices actually going down, which is very rare, and now it's just kind of like the regular level of inflation. I feel like it's not something that you go to the store and like, what the fuck, that fast? No 50%, that's for sure. But it is there. It is there. Like I don't really see like prices like going up between the visits that much. Like if I go in a week or something, I don't really see it. Like mostly like the store that opened near me, almost everything is pretty much the same. Something get more expensive. Actually, something got cheaper. But more expensive, not yet at least. We'll see. And it's been like a couple of months, I think. The vegetables, though, vegetables. Because winter season is over and yeah, vegetables now are quite expensive, actually. Some are fine. Some are expensive because it's also being imported and stuff. So that becomes more expensive, eh? But that's kind of also every year. Being poor sadgi, well, yeah, who is not really earning much. I mean, we're all switching now to the hobby stores. I'm happy with this hobby store though. It's amazing. It's amazing. The only difference is like instead of like some dank brands and stuff, they sell like their own brands basically. And mostly it's good though. Like I haven't had anything bad really still, and it's good. Bell pepper is still insanely expensive for some reason. Yeah, well, I mean, they're not growing now, you know. And to be honest, those are expensive in summer too, I say, for sure. And imports for veggies in winter, yeah. In winter, it's either, you know, heating your stuff, which is because it's winter, right? So you need to heat up from like, you know, -40, like somewhere outside, to, you know, the proper greenhouse temperature to grow the vegetables, right? It just like it becomes just way too expensive. So like they just import all that stuff all the time. I think most was like Turkish imported, I think. Now they have also like, you know, the situation there after the earthquake and stuff. So like supplies also got a bit over the place. So I think they said now prices kind of like got up a little because it's like mostly our own local market now. And obviously it all becomes more expensive because it's still, you know, heating all that amount, even though we have like, you know, the gas and stuff, it's still, that gas is like not even connected everywhere, let's put it that way. The greenhouse is profitable. I mean, in summer, yeah, sure. In winter, I mean, it depends. If you manage to get yourself like somewhere to the south, and maybe with gas connection, so you can have like cheaper electricity and cheaper heating, then yeah, probably might be quite. Actually, the problem is the greed, because we have the issue a lot with like the middleman being greedy and stuff. That's our all constant problem, because like at the farmer's side, for example, all those veggies and stuff, they cost fucking nothing. Like the potatoes are like, I saw like the recent prices, like how much like farmers get. Like the 1 kilo of potatoes is like 3 rubля, which is nowadays is well, let's say like 5 cents basically for 1 kilo of potatoes. When this shit arrives to the store, that stuff becomes 20 times more expensive. So it's already $1 per kilo of potatoes, let's say. So it's just like, bro. That's why like all the farmers are just fucking dying, because like they can't sell, like how can you, like there was like one season, I think, was it with which product it was, I don't remember, was it like apples or something? They were like, bro, it's like cheaper for us to just like let it rot, because like we can't sell it for this money. It's just like it doesn't get us any like fuel or anything back, you know. We just like waste more than we get out of this. You have to go to Astrakhan, yeah, exactly. The middleman just siphon the benefits. Yeah, I mean, it's probably everywhere. It's just like in some places it's more controlled. Like, you know, so some places people kind of like don't go that greedy. I don't know if it's like some control from the law perspective, or it's control from like people kind of inside moral compass, which I kind of doubt it. Whenever businesses involved, that compass like quickly goes like completely broken, right? The business is kind of like a magnet, you know, like bring it to the moral compass and the compass goes all over the place. That's pretty much how it is. So I kind of doubt it, but yeah, I guess there is some controls or something. Yeah, if you like go to like if you have like the only issue, the only kind of still expensive things, even if you go to like the farmer literally, would be eggs. Like that stuff is actually quite expensive too nowadays, because like the food for chicken is quite expensive, which again I don't know why, because we have all this grain and stuff in crazy amounts. Like what's the problem? I don't know. So like eggs become quite expensive, like the chicken meat and everything becomes also quite expensive. So like some people who even decided to do it for themselves, just, you know, like little, like my friend has basically like eggs, like a few chicken in his countryside house for the eggs, and it's mostly kind of like, you know, it gets in the end like same or even more expensive than in the store. It's just that you know that it's like, you know, good eggs. That's pretty much it. So you don't save anything that way. Yeah, Nokia, pretty much same here. The problem is like you get a lot of stuff here every summer. Like my parents, like, bro, still waits for its sour. This one at least actually stored for a while, like I have to say. I'm impressed. This one is still all good. Like every summer, but not everything is stored that long, sadly. Like every summer, go to mom's countryside house, get like buckets of that stuff. Cucumbers, tomatoes, apples, plums, like all that shit. All you want. The problem is it's not stored that long. So that's why all the people, all the life here, everyone is just, you know, jars, cans, all that stuff. That's what my mom does too. So you still kind of have at least like some pickles and stuff like this, but that's still not the same, you know, you want some fresh stuff. Once in a while at least. At the least. At the least. Damn pony. Insane names there. The average chatter. Damn son, alright. Hello man, hello. And so yeah, in winter you just don't get shit. That's the problem. That's the problem. Butter went boom. Butter. How much is the grams of this one? I don't remember for how much I got this one. This one is 200 grams. 200 grams of butter is really good butter too. 150, I think I'm getting this one or something, which is, let's say like $3 basically, like 180, let's say. It's like for $3 you can get 200 grams of like really good butter. Eggs, $1 for 10 eggs. That's gonna be kind of like more like, you know, smaller ones, not the super crazy good ones. If you want some like green eco, you know, farm, then like, well, obviously there's no ceiling then, but like 1.5, $2 probably you can get like some big, you know, quality eggs. If you buy the eggs from like the farm from the place, that's gonna be $2 most likely. Yeah, exactly, exactly, and that's exactly because of the food for chicken and stuff. That's it, like exactly the reason. I don't know why. I'll say I also don't understand. And the reason probably is again because some people somewhere bumping the price. You know, they sell grain to someone for dirt cheap, and then someone, you know, like bags it into like premium chicken food bag, and then resells it to someone else. They resell it to someone else, and then it gets already to you with crazy amount of money. That's probably the problem. Most likely. I see, Steve, I see. Yeah, you need to kind of keep that in mind sometimes, yeah. That you kind of think you're gonna save something by doing some stuff, and it's like my friend's house, for example, where his dad lives, right? It's like, it's not perfect in terms of insulation, so you could invest into insulating it, right? But the thing is, like, for 6 months of cooking, heating the hot water, and a little bit of heating of the whole house, right? He paid like $50. How much he will invest into building stuff and insulating probably is going to be like years of this like gas heating and stuff, you know. So like he just like blasts this gas there and whatever. The mystery meat premium bag, yeah. No, it's sidetracking, man. I swear it's all the $80 games, man. They make us sidetrack. Alright, what else? What else? The Wild Heart is released soon. Huh. Just a little bit left. A new story trailer they got, alright. The LED bulbs, yeah, actually, like, I do use a bunch. The only problem is, like, my light near the bed. That one, for some reason, like, the bulbs there kind of just go down very often. Something kind of shitty, I guess, with the contact or whatever, so I just use regular ones, because they kind of last the same amount of time until at least regular ones are cheaper, because, like, LEDs are expensive. In the same time, like, these lamps, for example, I haven't replaced one since I moved in, which was 8 years ago. Damn, Silk, you got him too. You got him too. You got him, eh? Dying Light 2 creators told about their plans for 2023. Updates, second expansion with new story area and weapons. Alright. And another one. Yeah, CSGO sets stunning new peak player record on Steam. They farming. Many videos of the day before, including the recent 10 minutes video, are now not available on YouTube because of the rights issue. Deleting their video from their YouTube channel. So I guess that actually trademark stuff was right though. So now, like, the one who owns that the trademark is actually removing the videos from their own channel. Unless they're pretending, of course, too. You never know, but I kind of doubt it. They want to post a video about the creating of Day Before since 2019. So they have, like, the log, the log. Nice, Steve, nice. They logging and recording it there. It doesn't trademark a year in advance. Well, I mean, they didn't expect that they're gonna hit it that much. Like, do you think a lot of indie studios trademark their stuff? Not really, right? And I mean, they are not super indie, but they kind of are though. Like, the biggest stuff they made before was like Prop Night, which, like, was popular for some time because of streamers mostly, and then it just kind of, like, dead completely already, I think. Yeah, the first Fallout on a mobile, iOS and Android, some enthusiast project. So you can play some classics now if you want. DC Universe and Unreal Engine, and there are some details about the new game from Gotham Knights authors. Well, totally not looking forward for that one. Hope they'll surprise people. Creators of Spiritfarer changed the price in Steam, marking that 85% of sold copies of Spiritfarer were in Turkey and Argentina. Oh no, wait a second. 85% copies of Spiritfarer in Turkey and Argentina were bought from other countries. All right. What a twist. What a twist, man. A kind of big mobile publisher, I guess. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Heavy Rising gonna get a big update in May, yeah? We'll give you a new types of weapons and magic. New enemies, and not only that. This year, Minecraft will become even more diverse with the new system, the archaeology system. Damn, son, the new updates, man. The new updates. It's very fun in Argentina, yeah. Time to return to Minecraft, yeah. Hating the name, man. The regional pricing scam, yeah. I mean, the thing is, that's what's going to be happening a lot, you know. The increase in the prices, while, you know, people's buying capabilities are not really growing. So they think that people will just stop playing stuff. Now they want people that either gonna start fucking pirating, or people will start looking for options where to buy stuff. Not to mention that some publishers cut the whole country here now, right? With like millions of people playing games. So some of them, you know, already got the black flag on. Some already became also Turkish, you know, Argentinian, Kazakhstanian, and stuff like this. So that's what's gonna happen. So just like removing those regional prices now from those countries that are getting their regional prices used, it's just going to lead to the situation that, you know, they're going to increase prices in Turkey and Argentina, right? So people who live there are going to get fucked. All the people will move to some other region that is cheap, right? They're going to increase price there. And in the end, everything going to have like the same fucking price because, you know, people just going to be moving region to region just to buy something a little bit cheaper to save some money. And in the end, when that will happen and there will be everything $80 and stuff, then people will already probably all go for the fucking black flag and everything. League was the best financial decision at CSA. Stonks. Yeah, price increase is just not gonna help there for sure. It's just like there's some level past which people are just not gonna go. Like I'm just kind of like lucky, right? Because I still kind of get the Game Pass from Microsoft. Thankfully, hopefully we'll be keep getting it. That'll be very nice then because that's a lot of games to play, right? I get some games like handed out by publishers that is also like very appreciated always, and I kind of like can dodge it, and I also have like a backlog that's gonna last me for fucking years if I want. So I'm kind of okay with that, but for a lot of people, it's just kind of like, no. A lot of people just getting the flags on and stuff. Because they can't really afford that, yeah, especially for like indie stuff. Like a lot of people are ready to, you know, to buy that and everything, but as soon as like getting like somewhere there, they just kind of stop in the end. And that's the problem also pricing all that stuff, like, because it's hard to predict how people will even like, you know, look at your game. So you kind of need to be self-conscious about that too. And raising the prices in some regions, it just kind of fucks with people who live there too. Like it's not their fault that a bunch of people from other countries are now buying through their country because it's cheaper. It's not their fault. They buy the regional prices there because of the people who live there, right? And it wasn't a problem before too, mind you, right? Like that regional pricing exists for ages. Like I was, you know, buying those games here on our Steam for like good price for since the beginning, and even like in like 2016 or something when like the Discord was 2015 when Discord was getting started, we started like chatting with LS community and stuff, and people were like, "Oh, what the fuck? You have such low prices there. Maybe I should get like the VPN and like start buying stuff there too and everything." And it was kind of like, haha, meme and stuff. No one actually like did anything like this. No one wanted to bother because, you know, sure there is a difference, but like, not really that worthy. And now it's like, you know, game's already $80. You go to Argentina and Elden Ring, there is like $20 or something. That's like, you know. No, it does. Well, I mean, it's one studio that increased it. Let me see, does it? It's only for one game. Yeah, they refreshed the prices. Let's see. Does it say how much? Oh, so here they increased price 2 times. So Spiritfarer now is 1,100. But 1,100, I wouldn't buy like any indie game, honestly. Like that's half of the AAA price basically. Here, I probably wouldn't. It would be like unless I really wanted it. Like if it would be like I think Dune was actually around 1,000. That was fine because I wanted it, and Dune I kind of really wanted to. Actually, no, Dune Dev sent me. Yeah, that was actually lucky, but I would buy that because I was eyeing it, and that was an okay price for that. But overall, and Dune is not exactly indie, right? And it's pretty like big. Yeah, I would say like for indies like 600, 500, 600, how it was 515, it became 1,100. 515, solid. I'm okay. Like new indie game, 515, no problems for me. 1,100 is too much. In Turkey and Argentina, price increased 5 and 6 times accordingly. So like the and the main thing is like when you know how it was and how it became, you're not gonna buy that. That's what happened with Elden Ring, right? It's amazing. I want to play it at some point, not like super, but kind of want to, right? But I don't want to buy it because I remember how much it was on release here, and I remember and know how much it became because, like, I don't know, Miyazaki decided the game is too good to sell that cheap here, so they upped the price 2 times. The only game, first one that increased the price. And I see those two prices, and I remember the older one, and I ain't gonna buy that. Nope, nope. Hello, Sacred and how's life? I see the mask I see. I mean, I haven't played. Maybe it's not. Kind of looks like it. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, they apologized to those people who live in those regions, but they said that they don't want to, how do you say, incentivize the attempts to pay for their games much less than intended price. Well, I mean, I guess. Good luck to you then. Sure. The thing is, like, people gonna find some other regions. They're gonna start upping those regions too again, and like, it's inevitable, dude. Yeah, because this amount is nah, nope. Because like in the end, all those regions with lower price, you start like upping, and you end up like cutting like half of the player base or more. Because it's going to be people who come from more wealthy regions, right? It's going to be people from those regions in particular, and you kind of cut them all. And I mean, a lot of regions that are with cheaper regional prices are, depopulated countries, basically. I don't remember, like, India I think, does have a lower regional price that's not super low, I think. I don't remember exactly. But it's like, it's the countries with pretty huge population. It's a lot of, like, Asian countries and everything there. So you just kind of, like, cock like millions of people who potentially would play your game. Doing good, Sacred, doing good. Thank you, Sora. That life was okay. That's good, man. That's good now. 120 bucks for a game, yeah. Alright, what else? What else? Yeah, the Psychonauts 2, a documentary from Double Fine. 32 episodes on YouTube. Can watch that. In the in the graphically updated version of Witcher 3, players notice very detailed female genitals. CD Projekt Red told it that they got in the game accidentally, together with one of the mods, promising to fix that. Well, it's already there. Keep it fixed there already, keep it good. Hogwarts Legacy developers decided not to add any romantical relationships because they weren't sure that they would be able to make them good. And also all the heroes of the game are not 18, so that would be some ethical questions about it. Not false, not false. A new Dead by Daylight teaser of a new expansion. Another one. They keep pumping, man. And this we already saw. Another copium before going. If you missed it last day, one of the Hollow Knight Silksong testers addressed fans who are tired to wait for release and telling that the game is fine and it's worth the wait. It's a little bit of copium. for everyone involved, eh? Alright. Alright, let's get to the PC. It's fine, doesn't sound very promising, yeah. Well, it's fine as in, like, not, you know, like, the quality of the game, but as, you know, it exists. It's fine as in, it's not dead or anything, let's put it that way. In that context. In that context. And it's worth the wait, so... Should be good, eh? Should be good, eh? Alright, let's do one more demo. The Urban Strive demo. Let's try that one now. And the old CDPR would left it as is there. Could be, could be. I mean, I don't know what's the problem with that. What's the problem with that? Yeah, no.